Jonathan Gibb, the Chelsea Fancast. Here's my fan bite. The Premier League game versus Man City at the Bridge. We've had a great week, haven't we? First of all, the brilliant madness of Monday night versus Spuds, where we came back for 1-0 down to take them to the cleaners. And now this magnificent spectacle versus City, where the Blues displayed a belief, a commitment, a level of skill similar to Monday that reveals to me this side are growing and gelling into something really exciting. That Pochettino is weaving his magic on this group of youngsters and turning them from boys into men. This to me was the day we, stepped up, chicken, and showed the Premier League there is something good happening here. I mean, all right, we didn't win it, but scoring 4 goals and repeatedly come back from being behind against the Champions League and Premier League champions was the sign of a side with the will to compete that we didn't see at all last year. We've only been seeing gradually as this season has progressed. There were some stand-up performances today. Gillette Sterling played out of his skin. He's banished the idiot who wandered about last year sucking his thumb and developed into a forward of great skill and running who was thrilling to watch. He was a threat every time he got the ball. Took his tap in really well. And Palmer, surely a giveaway by City, destined to be a Chelsea superstar, had a fantastic second half. Poch moved him more centrally after Enzo had been subbed. Enzo looked absolutely exhausted, blowing out of his backside, having fought non-stop, but allowed Cole to boss the play. His jink through 4 players, which Ederson managed to get a hand on, so deserved to nestle in the back of the net. And the calmness he displayed, having to wait so long to coolly dispatch the penalty in time added on, was remarkable. Also shout out to Conor Gallagher, putting a terrific shift, non-stop Duracell-like for 90 plus minutes, throwing himself into tackles, forcing Ederson to push his stinging shot out to Short Shorts Jackson, who stepped right and drilled in, bap. And another shout to Reece, who, although subbed due to looking as knackered as Endo, provided the pinpoint pass for Gillette for our second. And I have to mention another great performance from Otiago, scored a sharp header from a corner. Yes, a header from a corner. We actually took a decent corner to make it 1-1, and was his immaculate self all game. Okay, he didn't stop Haaland from scoring their third, and City's fourth was deflected very, very flukily off his heel. But he's such a rock at the heart of our defence. And my vote for player I never thought would come good, hats off to him, goes to the poodle, now the super poodle, Cucurella, who snaps and nips and frustrates in a very similar way to when he won Player of the Year at Brighton. He was unfortunate to have the penalty ruled against him by VAR when Haaland had clearly pulled it in first and very competently threw himself and Cucurella to the ground. Both Taylor and VAR were conned and displayed total lack of knowledge as to what forwards get up to. It was no surprise that the super poodle went bananas at the decision, and Taylor makes one dreadful decision per match, as the Matthew Harding so suitably sang on several occasions. He's a not fit to referee. Howard Webb, why was he appointed to this game? He's not good enough. You know, he always comes up with a howler. Sorry, I've forgotten to mention Sanchez, who made a top-notch save from Haaland to keep us in it. And although he gives me the kittens every time he plays the ball out as if butter wouldn't melt in his mouth, he's revealing himself as a very decent goalkeeper indeed. So I thought City were lucky. Dubious penalty, lucky deflection. An atmosphere note, the crowd were great. The superb buzz created on Monday kept going today with a rousing, emotional blue flag. The Super Chelsea FC, not just raising the roof, booting it into the stratosphere. The bizarre exchange with City fans who chanted, "Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that." They must have a song sheet they sing off every week and never check who they're playing, or they're all very thick. Being met with, "We've won it all, we've won it 2 times, and we saw you crying in Porto," putting them beautifully in their place. Kudos to Poch for improving the team so quickly, and I think he's building something special, but what do I know? I'll be back tomorrow on the Chelsea Fancast with Chidge and guests to discuss this at 7:30. Make sure you listen on Mixler. Download it from Acast, all good podcast providers. Come on, Ukraine, and Ankyao.